Last week on Whitetails Inc., we had gotten to know and love a buck that goes by the name of Johnny Rotten.
Johnny came up this field edge with the wind in his nose, checked this whole area, did a round circle right through the social area. I know exactly where he went. I've got pictures of him going right up this trail out to the opposite side field edge, which is a CRP field. We're going to move down to the opposite side of the farm where I believe he's bedded right now. He's going to stay there all day. He has no reason to come up here. I've gotten 0 daylight pictures of him. That prick is down here. He's bedded in this timber. Tonight he's going to do the exact same thing, but he's not going to come up through here until after dark. So we're going to try to manipulate him by that. Set up down here in a spot where most guys would never even think to set up for tonight. And he's going to come out and he's going to maybe hit the field just before dark. Just to visually check for does that are out there feeding. That's our best bet, is to catch him right there.
Bow hunting is my life. Filming is my passion. My bow is my weapon. Hunting giant deer is my purpose. Shed hunting is what moves me. Chasing spring gobblers sharpens our skills. Designing the gear that I use is my job. Making better bow hunting videos is my duty. These are my friends and my brothers. This is my world. This is Whitetails Inc. After only about 30 minutes on stand, I heard a loud, deep grunt come from across the ravine about 80 yards away, from where I saw the does combusting out that morning when I assumed Johnny Rotten had chased them out. About 10 minutes after I heard the loud grunt across the valley, I heard footsteps approaching. Just about as soon as I could make out that it was a doe followed by a fawn, I heard the sound that confirmed my suspicions.
It's going to be him.
These loud guttural grunts were meant to act as a warning to any other bucks in the area. Johnny was announcing his presence to all the deer, bucks and does alike.
Johnny Rotten is 25 yards from us. He's been there for over an hour and he hasn't moved. A doe, he came following a doe and a fawn, and she caught some ground scent right in front of us, looked up at us, didn't like it, and she worked her way out. Like after 10 minutes she stood there and all I could see was his nose and one of his eyes. He turned his head once and I saw his rack. Literally, he has been standing in the same spot for 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden, a doe and 2 fawns pop out on the field edge up top here. And I'm like, oh my god, they're going to wind us. We're 10 feet off the ground. She looked right up at us. Our wind is blowing right to them. She never even batted an eye. She walked right past us. I'm just praying he comes up here to look at her. We've been standing motionless for about an hour now. It's been just... We're back in the same spot where we had an encounter with our boy Johnny Rotten. I think they're still bedding on the same ridge over here. So I think we're going to set up in one of these trees. There's a pretty decent one right there. We actually set up about 35, 40 yards that way. Right over there. And I just left the stand in. And I moved this way because the wind shifted from it was actually blowing east yesterday, east. Today it's blowing northwest. And I just have a sneaking suspicion these deer are gonna come out on this fence line someplace. So if tonight we don't see him, then tomorrow I'm gonna just get in the timber and do whatever I gotta do to get a good setup. Trimming out a set real heavy in the thick stuff down here where all this comes together. And I'm almost certain I could kill him there. This freaking buck is gonna be the death of me. I just pulled our set from 2 days ago where we had Johnny Rotten right here at 20 yards in the thickest brush possible. With it being so darn thick in here, I don't know how we're gonna get set up down here. We're gonna actually follow the trail that they came up on last night, anticipating that they're bedded over on this side of the property. Go down, hopefully find something to set up on just on the downwind side of it. And then with this wind blowing, we'll be able to see what kind of swirls are going on. We'll see what the wind is gonna actually be like. And if we make too much racket in here tonight, we'll come in and hunt it in the morning. Otherwise, we're gonna hunt it tonight and tomorrow morning. I'm dead freaking tired. This is the last thing I feel like doing, but this is the only way this buck's gonna die.
By this point, I was committed and knew that time was of the essence if I wanted to kill this buck. In my mind, I knew the buck was still working this area. This is his home. It will take quite a bit of pressure to completely push him off. I was either going to kill this buck or push him into a different county. The time to kill was now, and I wasn't backing down.
I don't know if you can see this, but this is the trail right here. And it looks like a tunnel down through this timber down to the bottom. And this is where they came up 2 days ago. Fresh sign. Oh my God, look at it down here. That's why he's living here, man. It's freaking impenetrable. All this stuff converges right here with a northwest wind. It's pretty dead down in here, but he could come down on Friday. There's a big rub right there, okay? We're not gonna go any further up this way. This is where I believe he's bedded. But he's coming through here on a daily basis. There's a tree right here that could work. And we're only gonna be 10 feet off the ground, maybe. This is a spot we could kill him right here, right in this area. This is a tough setup here. There's just no freaking openings. The only openings are the natural down by the creek here. And beyond that, we might as well bring a bulldozer in here because that's what it's going to take to set anything. The one good thing is there's a little bit of wind here, and there's so much cover that they won't be able to see us trimming this out most likely. So I think what I'm going to do is just start getting set up, and we're just going to have to take our chances on the wind and hope he gives us a 10, 15 yard shot because we ain't going to get much more than that in here. Nearly as much trimmed as I would like. When you're running and gunning, you gotta be careful not to go overboard because you're gonna blow your chances of even seeing the animal you're trying to kill in the first place. So in this case, less is gonna be more. This is a tight set, I'll put it that way. Kyle and I have one shot and we can hardly film it. Kyle's pinned between two trees, but this is the only spot we can run and gun and actually have a shot in this bottom. Basically, we were set up 50, 60 yards down that edge. There's a cut cornfield right up here. And I anticipated these deer to come up. And that's exactly what they did. He came in following a doe. We then moved 30 yards down this way. Last night, 2 does played it exactly the way I expected. Came up in the field, but he wasn't with them. This buck just does not come out in the daylight, out in the open field. And so we had to move in on him. I didn't get crazy with trimming. All I did was basically trim one 20-yard lane, and then I got a few holes here and there. Crossing my fingers tonight. He's either gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill him, I swear. Oh my God, look at the tides on that. Not exactly what you would call a genetic specimen. Man, we didn't make a beep coming in here. We were quiet, so my hope is that he either comes through with a doe or he comes through this morning to scent check this whole area before he beds down for the day. There's not a doubt in my mind we can kill him here. There's big buck sign all around us, and this timber's not that big. He only has so many places to go. Get ready, it's going to be a buck chase on the doe. Don't move. I think it was him. It's a buck on a doe for sure. It looked like him.
Once again, we had seen the buck we were chasing and had absolutely squat to show for it. That was probably the most frustrating thing about the hunt for Johnny Rotten this season. We were basically hunting a buck that would make or break our season, but unless I had a shot on him, we were basically not going to get any other footage. It killed me, but he was the biggest thing I had to chase this year, so I wasn't about to give up. I was putting small pieces of this buck's travel pattern together and trying to anticipate his next move.
On the 8th of November, I am getting sick and tired of pussyfooting around with a buck named Johnny Rotten. We have been playing cat and mouse with this dang deer. We've had 3 different encounters with him, none of which we've been able to get on film because it was either too dark, it's in too thick a cover. Today I'm diving in after him. I need to read some sign, we need to get a stand on him. This is a pretty big crossing point right here. There's definitely quite a few deer that come right down through here. I'm looking for more than that though. I gotta see something that resembles a ton of buck sign. This is like an unhuntable property that we have to figure out how to hunt. This just looks killer. I hate this freaking place. It all looks the same. It's so freaking thick you can't even think about it. I mean, I knew it was gonna be like this. I tried to imagine the worst possible spot, tried to trim a stand, and this is still 10 times worse than that. This thing is like a freaking maze. Where do you think we should hunt now? I'll tell you what, I've been hunting 21 years now. Chased a lot of different bucks on a lot of different properties. Kyle's been on a lot of those adventures with me. And that's one of the most difficult spots to hunt I've ever seen in my entire life. But that's why he's here. There's more sign right here in this creek bed than I've seen the whole way down. There's our stand right there. I think we're just have to do a better job trimming out and staying where we are. I think it's best. I mean, dude, there's a fresh freaking scrape right there. The runway runs 10 yards from our tree. The other big fresh scrape is 30 yards. yards. We might be stuck here all day. I don't know. Hopefully before noon he gets up and drinks, but right now he's up there sawing logs. There's not a doubt in my mind. It is the most perfect textbook bedding area set up for this buck. I know he's there. I freaking know it. Well, it's 11:30 now. We've been waiting for old Johnny Rod to show up, and he hasn't shown up yet. So far, I think the plan still is going to work, but if it doesn't, we're going to be stuck in a tree without food or bathroom breaks. And we've been up here now since like 5:50, give or take. What started out as a great idea is turning into hell in a tree stand. I'm tired. I can hardly keep my eyes open. I keep catching myself falling asleep and about ready to go off the front of the stand. And I'm so hungry, I just keep thinking about what I'd eat right now if I was out of my tree stand. And now I'm so tired and weak that I think if he came in, my adrenaline would probably make me pass out and I'd fall to the frickin' creek and sleep with the fishes. I'm still hopeful though. There's still a good chance we can see him if he's still bedded up here. Maybe he's just waiting for a little bit later and I don't freaking know. Well, we're wrapping up our evening in the same way that we've been finishing out our season here, or whatever the hell we want to talk about. We didn't even see a deer. Sat here all day waiting for what seems like a ghost. I'm so depressed. I'm so hungry and tired. I could just cry. But I don't think I have the fluids to cry any tears. I don't even know what to say. This has just been the most lousy season ever. We can't get a break at all. It just sucks. Frustration can't even describe how this season has been. I've put a lot of time and energy in this buck alone. And I'll tell you what, he's a son of a buck. Next year, I'm going to do everything in my power to hunt this buck down and kill him. This year, the way I got the property and the way the property lies and the whole situation with he lives on multiple pieces, they're all small pieces. And one of the pieces I have permission to hunt, and I don't have permission to hunt the other piece. I'm going to try to lock those down for next year. It's a long, complicated story, but he's been haunting my dreams, and all I have to show for it is footage of a bunch of green bushes, a couple of does, a couple of small bucks. He's a bit of a prick. So Johnny, this one's for you.
If you're sick of watching the same old, check out a White Knuckle DVD. Not just different, better. To check out our full line of White Knuckle Productions DVDs, gear, and additional video clips, either click on the link from whitetailsinc.com or visit us at whiteknuckleproductions.com.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing.